individuals stepping up. That's where you need your experience. I just think G2 might have the edge. I mean, 75% in the Twitch chat. Guys, welcome. Join the fan club. It's me and you on the G2 party bus. We're going to wait and see if that actually comes and does a home tour, because currently it's map number 1. It's Ancient. Fearless, let's get involved.
Oh, I am excited for this one. It is 9Pandas, of course, kicking things off here on the T2 side. And look at this. They are starting things off by sending 4 players over towards that B-bomb site. It's maybe a bit of a hard read, but so far a bit of a wrong one, because there is 0 players over on A, and look where G2 is.
Oh, look at this smoke thrown in. It's towards Donut from middle, so they've taken all of the space. That's really cool. I've never seen a variation on a pistol like it. But you look at this fast rotate. Prezi holding. Angle needs to be cleared, and she deals with it. Fantastic first kill, but Elizabeth's there with the trade.
Victoria finds another, so it is favouring 9Pandas for the time being, but of course, with their bomb being down, the timer started to tick. It's a 2-on-2. It is getting down to the wire. Heisu picks up that kit, and it's going to be tapping that bomb, forcing Juliana to come and take a peek. And there we go. The timer certainly is quite tight, but with the kit being into play for 9Pandas, they are picking up that pistol round quite effortlessly. What a beautiful retake.
That was a super fast retake as well. You've got 3 players rotating in from main. I really like the idea from G2 to take the control of Donut as well as an addition. But the afterplants don't really reflect on how the strategy is going. Surely you plant for Donut there. Obviously, you need a couple of pieces out on the bomb site anyway, just in case you get smoked off. But that was never the case. And G2, I feel like they could have done a lot more with that control than necessarily they put together.
At least, you know, bomb plant. So with that, they can afford a nice buy here. Look at the galils that are up on the table. Maybe not as much util as that 9Pandas have, but they're going to be going for somewhat of a similar strat. Go for that A execute. Heisu completely stuck behind that smoke, but Victoria's still here to help out.
Yeah, 9Pandas Fearless fighting from within, pushing these smokes. And the bomb, that's actually such a dangerous plant. Does get put down, thankfully, for G2. But it is a 2 versus 5. This feels really difficult.
kyossa at least positioned quite well here in order to deal with an after plan, but now a smoke right in front of her face, trying to line it up. But they're already up on the defuse. At least she can make it a bit more costly on the side of 9Pandas. But ultimately, with that being a false buy coming off of already a loss, that is quite the hit here for G2.
Yeah, look, take nothing away from kyossa. Incredibly nice shots on the way out. But again, bomb planted for Donut. It's a little bit inconvenient for G2 that 9Pandas have got 4 players there ready to overwhelm. It forces them in towards CT, in towards Temple, and the bomb never planted for them. 9Pandas Fearless are adding a lot of pace, a lot of venom into these retakes, and it's making it really uncomfortable for G2 to establish positions. With that being said, look at this. Obviously, it's the half investment, but Manka and Juliano are already wrapping 8 from mid. Not sure if Fatal spotted them.
Oh, there we go. A beautiful lineup. The perfect timing. At least there is 1 kill back. Once again, it is kyossa who has to sort of try and turn the tide. But the damage once more has been done. There is pretty much nothing else to work with. No smoke. So much control coming out of 9Pandas. And a drop bomb now in the middle of the map, and it's so overexposed. And how can you recover from this?
Well, it feels difficult. The good thing is, and the information that we know at home, is that no one's actually holding the bomb. But I really like the positions being adopted by 9Pandas, because how they're playing this right now is they're saying, okay, well, you've got control in towards mid, well, you've got control all the way out towards shelf, and there's quick rotations. Elizabeth's out long, Fatal's out towards red. So if you end up going towards B, we can be quick or hot on your tail, and Tati can even flank.
Oh, the timing. Oh, well, Elizabeth has spotted her. That means Tati can now come on in. Not even necessary, just in itself a very good hold coming out here on that B side. And with the majority of 9 Pandas that are still alive, you can slowly see that money starting to stack up. Whereas G2 OYA, now is time for their first proper buy, getting that AWP in the hands of Juliano and the rest on AK. So this needs to be the moment for them to turn things around.
Yeah, let's see it. This is where the true test begins for 9 Pandas Fearless. AWP starts in Donut for Victoria, Juliano. And the rest of G2 actually taking really quick cave control. This is being watched by Elizabeth. It has to fall away because of the flash. Well, actually just drop the smoke. No map control gained, really, by the T side.
Immediately a counter flash as well. So you can see G2 had to give up the positioning. And with that information already gathered up, the positioning into Donut works out. And with a bit of patience, great kill to be picking up. So once again, 9 Pandas set the pace. And that means G2 are desperate to find an answer. For the time being, looks that they want to regroup over towards this B-bomb side. They've been mainly trying to hit A. But let's see what they can do when it comes down to the B-bomb side instead.
Yeah, they have to go for this because the only piece of control they've got is over towards cave. The issue you have, if you're G2, is that there's 3 players stacked here. One's even playing anti-flash. This is so difficult to get in. Sure, the smokes will rain on out, but Elizabeth and Victoria can drop some utility and maybe even fight forward. Look at this from Elizabeth. Can take the second piece of contact after Tati's traded out.
Oh, everyone just sort of peeking one by one. It's very difficult to trade here for G2 OYA. And with this, another great flashbang actually in. So Juliano completely blind. And it's sort of back to square one. The money's not too empty, but it's very difficult to once again completely fully buy up. Whereas 9 Pandas is just off on one hell of a roll.
I'll be honest, that's probably the best round of Counter-Strike I've ever seen out of 9 Pandas Fearless. The fact that they deny with utility in one area of the map, recognize that's going to force G2 out in towards middle. You've got your AWP holding for Donut, and then you can just reposition. Leave the AWP posted there, have 3 players over towards the B-bomb site. Triple stacks, 1 playing anti-flash. And then peeking all on contact. So impressed. They lead with utility each and every time as well. This one's a bit faster. Util drops on in. And Tati takes the first point of contact again and eliminates Zaz.
On the flank comes in. Fatal needs to be careful. Actually gets traded out. Not quite expecting a play still to look out towards the ramp. And with this, actually, a bomb plant secured here for G2. That certainly is quite a big win considering this is just a couple of upgraded pistols. Now Juliana also has an M4 in her hands picked up. Maybe they could make this after plant work. Manka does spot one, but kyossa is quicker on the trigger. Manka now fighting with a Tech 9 in hand, dances around the pillar. Juliana lines 2 of them up, but unfortunately can't hit the last one as well. It was incredibly close, but 9 Pandas once more grab another round.
Oh, what a nice try from Juliano. Just barrages her way through the smoke, tries to line up 2, and she manages to get rid of them, but there's simply too many numbers from 9 Pandas. Bomb being defused, more than enough time to get off it, deal with Juliano, and then defuse as well. 5-0. 5-star performance out of the CT side. They've shut down nearly everything that G2 has thrown at them. And think about G2. It's been aggressive rounds out towards A, fast-paced rounds out towards B, slow mid rounds in middle. And 9 Pandas Fearless have passed every single test. This time you got Victoria taking first contact on the AWP. And then you've got Shu pushing.
Oh, we're not going to be expecting another player to be here. Oh no, that is the bomb dropped. So much control once again. I love the aggression coming out of 9 Pandas. They're just playing so confident. And it's very difficult for G2 to try and answer right back. Yeah, sure. They throw a molly in, they spray through the smoke, but kyossa is still sitting here. Can even drop more util.
Juliano has burned out 1. And all eyes on Manka. Because it all depends on her timing right now in Donut. Because as all the troops for the CTs gather over towards the bomb, it hinges a lot on this timing. Now, Tati is accounting for it at the moment, but that could all change with the contact being felt here.
Oh, Juliano tries to swing. Zars also not quite connecting the spray, and that means more kills are aligning in favor of 9Pandas. Manka tries to get a second one out of it, but instead, 9Pandas just seem unbeatable right now.
Wow, that was the right idea, but slightly the wrong execute for G2 OYA. If Manka walks a little bit faster, if she goes and they start making noise at A main, then potentially that round could have different consequences. Instead, look at the double push coming in. It's Shu, Victoria combining, and then once that bomb is dropped, they just swarm it. There is no world that G2 could try and recover it.
Boost coming out. No one actively peeking towards Juliano. That comes to jump, so that is information gathered and a counter nade. Look at how much damage that has done. And it's as easy as that. You know, you spot, you respond. And 9Pandas have once again the right ideas in order to sort of scare G2 off.
Yeah, now a different bait and switch. But that has left a gap in towards middle. Donut has been often a success story for G2. They've been able to get this map control more often than not. And I like the fact that they've gathered the space and now they just want to accelerate.
Oh, they might actually sandwich kyossa. Instead, no. She sort of sits on the edge of the smoke, goes unnoticed by Zars, and still manages to get a kill and buys so much time for the rest of the team to come. Fatal is just on the fire, grabs 2 kills. Tati now coming in from Donut, and the round once again has crumbled. 9Pandas are untouchable, unbeatable. And what do G2 need to do? Because I feel they are definitely the right ideas, but 9Pandas just respond so well to them.
And it's the pace of which they respond to them as well. I feel like G2, again, a little bit caught up in the moment. There were so many smokes that could have been put down for the CT cross, but Fatal has free reign. Instead, it's a completely open battlefield that she can just pick and choose her fights from. G2, they've got a right idea in their brains, but we'll come back to it in a moment. Because again, B-bomb's like compromised. They're doing well at taking the sites. It's just surviving afterwards.
Yeah, obviously, this is a couple of upgraded pistols, so you don't really have that much to lose. You kind of want to go in with explosiveness and hope to try and overwhelm. It's doing a good job. And now Juliano 1 versus 3 with an AWP. And I think, you know, if it's going to be 1 smoke, 1 molly, and that's all right, a very quick scope coming out. Tries to hit 1 more. Maybe there is still an opportunity ahead. Oh, unfortunately not. But once again, a very solid attempt coming out of G2.
Yeah, these pacier rounds are really catching 9Pandas off guard. And they're throwing cautions to the wind a little bit. As you mentioned, lighter investment, risk. They're not so much adverse to it. There's not a lot to lose. So they can go for these faster plays where they're slowing down and they're allowing 9Pandas fitters to set the tempo of these openings. That's where it gets dangerous for G2. Because I'll be honest, there's a lot of these rounds in which G2 OYA could have converted them. But instead, 9Pandas fearless. They've just got the numbers and they just react instantly. There's no room to breathe.
Again, we do have a full buy here coming out. Zars tags up Elizabeth, but so does she. So both of them are extremely low. Have to back off a bit. Don't want to be, once again, handing a kill over to your opponent. And we immediately get a bit of a response. So G2 try to put more pressure up on middle. Try and bait out some utility. But once again, 9Pandas here are very careful with how much they use early on. Want to be definitely certain where they're going to be hitting before they pull everything out of the bag. Once again, you know, we have somewhat of an execute coming out towards the B side. It takes a single Molotov and a single smoke towards cave in order to force them back. And that is already, you know, the smokes are starting to fade.
Look at that boost as well. That was really cool. Doesn't actually come into fruition. Re-smoke. Now coming in on short. Victoria just drops a molly. Tati, meanwhile, finds the opener towards the ramp. And a second. How she stayed alive for these multi-kills is phenomenal for 9Pandas. G2, they're being carved apart. And now in the back line, Shu strikes for more. And here comes Fatal. Not quite the kill conversion on towards kyossa, but it's significant damage. 20 seconds left. Bomb needs to be put down, and I don't even think that can happen.
The spacing, the timing, and Pandas just have it under control. And as soon as things start to get tricky, you know, G2 are so desperate in order to try and get on the site. Even though, you know, once again, it's kyossa who is sort of the lifeline of the team. Actually, Juliano also really stepping up here today. But 9Pandas just come out with a response. So immediately when G2 are trying to set foot on the side and are super hyper fixated on doing that, you know, you already have a flank coming in. And once again, in this case, so you need to be so aware. She's on top of the server right now with 3 KD.
Those shots were amazing out of kyossa. Unfortunately, they're only in consolation. Again, pace setting out of G2. It's so fast. They've knocked the AWP back away from Donut. That flashbang's going to keep her at bay. But Tati's now holding for a red push. And I really like this out of 9Pandas. They're not overcommitting too much into this, I was going to say hallway, but now Tati is, and she shouldn't be caught off guard. But the gun barrel spotted. kyossa, the talisman for G2, taken down early.
You can see, so as soon as a bit of pressure starts to come out, you can see that 9Pandas are very eager to push down A, have so much intel, rotations are on the way. And G2 are still struggling to get out of sight because there are smokes and mollies into play. And once again, by the time they are sort of having a plan in mind, they're 2 players down. And 9Pandas are very, very close with hitting them right in the back. Don't know, or G2 slowly looking to maybe get back into middle. But I guess I want to stick to the original plan. Only 35 seconds. Don't have every bit of time in the world. But there is a bit of util still left in the hands of Mangan's ass.
Yeah, will be deployed. Flashbang over to get them out. Spam not connecting. Molly dropped down, but Zaz is going to peek behind it. Can that bomb be planted? Yeah, it can be, but it's a 4 versus 2. So difficult to try and establish some foothold in, especially when Elizabeth gets rid of Zaz.
Oh, once again, it's double digits already, and who would have thought? You know, this is the map pick of G2, OYA, and they have only played it once thus far here, coming into Impact. That was against VP Angels. It was a very close affair. It was 16-14. They did manage to win it. But at the end of the day, actually, most of their rounds back then came from the T side. And now it's just a complete lack of presence.
This is a slaughter. This is an education for G2 OYA at how to play Ancient. It's a masterclass right now for 9Pandas. Victoria peeking. Flashbang goes too deep. And she punishes. And even wants a little bit more. Victoria more than happy to fight. Double mollies go in. That's her cue to exit.
G2 definitely are a bit hungry here when it comes to the A side. They have Cressy lurking around main, which 9Pandas have been pushing a lot. So you need to be careful. Cressy is still here. If she goes in by herself and has the bomb on her back, ooh, all right. Cressy grabs the opening there. That's very important. Makes the numbers even. But is she going to be expecting a second player to be here? Happened before. So you definitely need to be checking your angles. Oh, no. Oh, a bit of a miss spot. All right, Fatal goes noticed. Has to fall back. Well, actually, remains to sit there. So she's very confident, but the backup has already arrived. Right from behind comes Victoria. And that is the cue for Fatal to come in. Not quite hitting the spray as she should have. But Tati can maybe still turn the tide. The numbers. Okay, it is definitely still even 1 by 1. The players fall. And now Manka has the bomb on her back. Makes the way back to B.
It's a foot race. Manka should always win it. She's got the smoke for short as well, which will be deployed. Victoria dropping the incendiary. It's even going to run through. No! Burning alive. Limited time left for Manka to try and plant this bomb. Victoria knows this. Waiting for the audio. Has to be the committal. Victoria just sits in the smoke, lurking, waiting. Manka on the swivel. Victoria spots her out and low HP. One bullet from the 5-7 will secure it, and it will be 9 Pandas will hit 11.
Oh my god. And I thought, this one went actually super well. So they had so many trades up on the table. But I guess ultimately, some of your angles not being checked and a bit hesitant whether which side you want to be hitting. It just seems like 9 Pandas just have such a clear set plan in mind of how to deal with presence that is coming out of G2 OYA. Perhaps this time around, they were overstepping a little bit too much. Definitely very eager when it comes down to pushing for A, which I've done so many times right now. So maybe need to be a bit careful by doing that time and time again, because obviously now it gets predicted. But once again, they respond beautifully once the rock actually starts to crumble.
Look at this boost. Oh, it's significant damage. Tati runs out of ammo, but swaps to the USP. It's the mini M4, and it still delivers a kill.
Oh. Once again, they just continue to push, and they barely have to use any util on the back of it. You can see pretty much all 4 of them that are still alive. They have so much util left, and well, G2 OYA are struggling to get the control going. At least kyossa will now find one towards cave. Immediate response at least with the Molotov. So they can separate the 2 fights, and that means kyossa is all by herself with a bomb that's left. She needs to cross the side, at least a smoke right in front. Needs to be careful though, and still boost the battle against the AWP. Victoria's on fire, 12-6. Elizabeth 12-7. Keisu 14-5. Just everyone has an insane KD right now.
I'll be honest, I don't know how Tati gets 2 kills there in towards cave. She's full blind. G2 had all the advantages there. And sometimes it's just not your day. Has to be the Tech 9 purchase. Has to be the partial investment. You want your AWP. You want your AK. It's not one of these faster plays in towards B. Through cave this time. And they have been having success here. However, not today. 2 kills at least from Zaz. Victoria now under pressure. They could overwhelm her here, and they have. 2 versus 2.
All right, this needs to be the round. You have such good wind conditions right now. A very good angle to hold, but no, instead, he's on the rifle. Just completely out-aims Juliano on the AWP. And now Zaz. No head armor, which means a bit of wiggle room here for those M4s. And there we go. Even though a very good nade being thrown, it's once again 9 Pandas who recover. And they grab their 13th round here.
They lined up. That was it for Zaz. They lined up. But unfortunately, it's not quite enough. It's still flawless. It's not 9 Pandas fearless. It's 9 Pandas flawless. 13-0 right now on the server. And for Astralis versus Aces, that one's in similar fashion too. 10-3 to the Aces.
That in itself is also a very interesting scoreline, which, I think people are predicting Astralis here to have the upper hand. So this going quite well for Aces is definitely going to be making things interesting as far as the other group goes. But now let's see. Once again, it's a bit of attack coming down on 2 players, in fact, here of the AWP. Bit through the wall. Now blind. Oh, Manka. Just 1 HP. Needs to be extremely careful. But they are still alive.
Juliano, good position. Tati, she does clear this. She does like to go into it. And she wins out the gunfight anyway. That crosshair looked dead on the head for Juliano. But it's 9 Pandas with another opening kill. Another advantage. Remember, Manka is on 1 HP.
At least they could play the numbers game here. G2 on the way towards B. There's 2 players there. And not really anyone that close to come in with a rotation. So maybe this is the time. But smokes are lining up. But immediately. So they throw in just a single Molotov. Alright, this time it does get smoked. There is enough utils still in the bank for G2 to come out, plant that bomb, and set yourselves up here for after plan. Once again, keep in mind that the numbers are favoring 9 Pandas. They still have some U2 in their hands as well, so they can flash, they can smoke. And that means G2 might be in trouble soon.
Yeah, it can smoke cave or smoke ramp. It's the latter. But Cressy finds 2 big kills on the site. That alleviates so much pressure. But swings, doesn't need to, but takes the risk. Fatal then finds 2 of her own. Kyossa on the edge of the smoke. Only gets traded out. Zaz versus 2. Shoot is low, but still through the smoke will find the headshot. Victoria sticking the bomb the entire time. 14-0. And the 2 Pandas that were playing retake, it comes up trumps.
What is going on? This round looked actually very promising. And I thought, you know, this after plan looks solid. You just got to be careful and wait it out. But as soon as the util started to line up, and it gets very difficult from that moment onwards. You know, you get separated from your teammates. You get desperate in order to win the duels. But, you know, it results in sort of like 1v2 duels in favor of 9 Pandas and then just going out one by one once again.
Yeah. Really good point. They're just really overcommitting because they feel like they need to be the hero of the round. Again, prioritization out mid. They've been getting a lot of real estate in the middle of the map, but it's just being taken away from them. Fatal finds Kyossa, nearly deals with Juliano. But her and Zaz move in tandem, have found kills. So for the first time in what feels like forever, it's an advantage. But Elizabeth swings, make sure that's not a possibility. But Juliano on the lurk. This could catch out Victoria. What?
No! Victoria shouldn't be winning that. Juliano has the angle. And it happened so many times that Victoria just completely wins a duel that is not supposed to go her way. It is insane. So what was a 4v3 is now a 3v2 in favor of 9 Pandas. The clock has started to tick. But at least the B side is open.
Yeah.
So that is a very good shot here for G2.
Can they get 1 round in this first half? Smokes rain in. They're still really hesitant about coming over. And the issue is using all these Molotovs to flush things out. There's 2 flashbangs for the retake. And there's 2 incendiaries for 9 Pandas Fearless.
Taking their good time in order to clear out all the angle smokes. Now fading the time actually works out to the nil. A nade upon the site that will definitely deal a lot of damage. Cressy forced out to go right in the open. Does take a kill home. But kyossa immediate there with a response. So once again, a 1 versus 2. And kyossa just doesn't seem to be missing at all. 15 on the board here for 9 Pandas, Brandon.
I can't believe it. It's impeccable. Can G2 recover?
Own my style, how I got this smile. Conquer fear, got the crown. Can't nobody bring me down. I'm looking good, quite frankly. Tim's a fitted big Yankee. Then I'm cold when I'm out east. I'm top 10, you can't rate me. Stop talking, baby, go get it. You start something, better finish. Yeah, that rooftop still a missing. I'm independently winning. Master B taught me no limit. Faith got me dominion. God given can't diminish. I'm set apart, I'm distinguished. You a baddie, baby. You gotta own it, on the style and your grace. You better own it. All they wanna do is copy and paste, but you they can't replace. So on it. You a baddie, baby. You gotta own it, on the style and your grace. You better own it. All they wanna do is copy and paste, but you they can't replace. So on it. Next turn when I walk in, got them all hot like she back again. Then I'm fit, I'm far from plain. Sugar and spice, I can't be lame. Tried to hate, but my God, stop. You got blocked, but it's tight in. Motivated like them high school plays. I know you remember those tight ends. Everything ain't always black and white. I'm still gonna get it going with in spite. Shining bright, can't dim this light. Diamond in the rough one made me tough. You stuck on luck manifesting. I say my prayers count blessings. Flashy, flexing. My own style is impressing. You a baddie, baby. You gotta own it, on the style and your grace. You better own it. All they wanna do is copy and paste, but you they can't replace. So on it. You a baddie, baby. You gotta own it,
tell that you're a little scared about what you heard about me. A little edgy, I eat my veggies, I only focus on green. I'm what they call a bad bitch. I stomach do with a sales bitch. Little booty and lots of moody, just so you know about me. If I want it, get it started. Ring around the wrist like I'm Jordan. Throwing my fits, get it poppin'. I don't even care what you would think. I'ma get crazy, I'ma go dumb. I'ma get rowdy, I'ma get loud. I'ma get crazy, I'ma go dumb. I'ma get rowdy, I'ma get loud. Just like 2020, we came to party and burn the whole world down. Just like 2020, we came to party and burn the whole world down. Yeah, they gon' me beat, 'cause I am on my petty shit. Not your cup of tea, my coffee is
Well, that is certainly not the result G2 were expecting on their map pick. However, there are smiles on the player cams. And it is, I don't know, something maybe to laugh about. 15-0 for 9Pandas Fearless. Will we see a 16-0?
There's definitely possibility. This pistol round could be it here. It looks like 9Pandas have a plan in mind. They go to sit back and wait it out. Maybe there's a heart rate fatal. All right, we'll be met with her demise. Juliano is now peeking here as well, and that means the queue is up. 9Pandas will go out, but have already 2 losses under their belt.
Juliano now going to get overwhelmed by the Glocks, but she still delivers. 2 crucial headshots for Juliano. Keeps G2 afloat, and what a much-needed pistol round that is. Obviously, they need every single round in the game to survive. 14 more for overtime, Villas.
Let's go. I have faith. They have the weapons, and if they can do, one hell of a streak as well. The thing is, as soon as you get the momentum, it is definitely very difficult to break. But who would have thought that right here, that CT site was going to be that flawless for 9Pandas? Usually, 9Pandas tend to be really good when it comes down to a T site. Obviously, pistol was a bit 50-50. And once again, with some bag locks in hand, they will try and see if they can overwhelm once more towards the B site. Have an MP9 picked up, tag up Juliano a little bit here, but pretty much are hounding her 3 kills while we're at it.
Oh, okay. It's good. It's 1 casualty. However, you're right. That was just Glocks. So we're going to have an investment immediately. It's going to be full AKs on the board. Not all the utility that 9Pandas would probably like in their arsenal. However, it is still looking very comfortable.
Well, even I think with a little bit less, 9Pandas tend to have such a well-executed plan of how they want to deal with certain angles. Now, a bit of a push coming out of Manka, but gets hesitant once she gets flashed, which I think is the wise decision to fall back, play it a bit more safe. Or Elizabeth goes on the hunt towards Cave here.
Good util being put down, good protocols in place. However, that is burning a lot of it out of the toolkits of G2. Smoke in for red. You can expect a swing to now come in towards Donut. Elevated peak, but Elizabeth goes slightly early. But Manka gets caught off guard. Juliano can only find 1 with her. That's a 4 versus 3.
Very favorite situation here for 9Pandas. The bomb's still looking to spawn. As Zaz has a very good angle. Can't quite be hitting the second one. And with another kill found, that means kyossa in a 1 versus 3. Bomb not picked up. She is heading towards the right side. And of course, she's full health, whereas 2 of the players on the 9Pandas side are not.
It's true. But if they double swing and if she's looking the wrong way or even fully blind, then that's the issue. 16-2 for 9Pandas Fearless. By the way, that was G2's map pick of Ancient. A little bit questionable coming into the veto, and while we've certainly got some answers, Fearless, 9Pandas Fearless. What a dominant display on that first map.